Welcome everyone, it's Thrasher. It's time for some more Street Fighter 6. We are going to be going on to find Thrasher. This was something I did all along the way to fight the absolute menace that is the last boss. Now, we're going to be beating up this Tamor guy. I can still beat this same guy up. And he'll fall about the same way. However, I have more health and even more damage. So the amount of damage I'd probably deal to him is even greater than it was. At this time, level 5s would still try to fight me. Now, the only way that level 5s fight me now is if I instigate the fight, which should tell you how far I've gotten. I still have those horns, though. Gonna roundhouse kick him. I've been training on some new characters. I've also been doing some avatar battles. The avatar battles have been going very badly lately because everybody is really, really high level now. So the main thing here was we're trying to find Thrasher as well as level up while trying to find Thrasher. Because Thrasher and the Mad Gear Gang are a massive part of the storyline. Unfortunately, Thrasher is not a main fighter in the roster. The actual final boss is a major player. And he's actually a playable character. I've played him. I'm not great at him, but I've played him, and I can tell you he's played a lot, or at least a reasonable amount. The actual final boss. It's a shame that Thrasher is not a playable fighter. He's a boss. He's a cool boss, but he's not a playable fighter. I know I was going to fight somebody. I want to try to fight someone slightly higher level. Because I want more experience points. Right? Lately, I have not even been fighting in Metro City. I have been mostly basing my operations of fighting in Nashal due to wanting to power level and due to the lack of leveling ability in Metro City. Like the people and these guys get incredibly stale over time. I remember like the audio, like I didn't realize the audio wasn't working when I was recording this, but yeah, like that's why I'm talking about it. But it is very interesting to look back at what I used to do in Street Fighter 6 cuz the game's already been out a while and I've been grinding at it. I have to grind a lot more ranked because ranked is where I can get like medals like silver or gold. Luke and Ryu is looking promising to get to silver and gold, but I have to grind that a lot because ranked is a lot harder than like I have to use training mode and ranked. It's a lot harder than World Tour is. Even the hardest stuff in World Tour is not as hard as ranked is, and it's even harder to fight it's even harder to fight Battle Hub right now. Battle Hub is disgustingly hard now. We're going to be fighting these Heathinator Delts and Heathinator Hams. So far, I'm not really using a lot of good technique. The thing is, I am getting some good anti-airs on them. The problem I have is I don't really have a concept of how modern controls work. Like I get more of a concept of how modern controls work as we progress, and I'm still achieving more concept of modern controls. As you can see, I'm already losing continues. Due to these opponents, which is something I have not done in a very long time in World Tour because of vast improvements in both technique and management of items. And knowing how to use items in battles. Because at the time, I didn't know how to use items in battles. So that would have saved me a lot of continues in here. It would not save me from avatar battles, because you're not allowed to use items in avatar battles. So that was a very embarrassing discovery, which means I have to actually just beat them without item spamming. And often they'll have like level 100. I'm not joking. They will have level 100. The lowest level I faced recently was level 72. And I lost twice to them. It got closer, but it was still no chance. I had no chance of beating them. So that is ultimately the problem. We do have to brawl this subway to try to continue to level as we approach the execrable engineer and the big Carl. All these enemies are still a far cry from what I have to fight now. Like, the maniacs I have to fight now make these people look like little kids. Like, holy mackerel, the stuff I have to fight now. Even my level at this time is still not very good at all. By any means. We haven't even reached the level 50, which would be where in Elder Scrolls Online you become really powerful. So, yeah, this was a while back. And as you can see, I'm messing up and I don't know how to use items in battle. And thus, I'm using continues. Which is not something I'd ever do now, really, at all. Like, and thank the divines, because I don't want to know what happens when I run out of continues. I don't. Because, like, that could seriously just end your character or something. Like, I don't know what happens. And I don't want to know, because I never actually got to that point. Thank the divines. Because imagine, it erases all your progress and you start from the beginning if you lose all your continues. And yeah, I got blasted up. Really rough battles for me, actually, at this point. I got very frustrated, I think, with dealing with them grabbing. They are weak to jump-ins, though, because they do not have very good anti-airs. So that leaves them open to being beaten senseless anyway, regardless of problems with that. I can also tell how long ago this was because Ryu was not... My Ryu skill line was not fully maxed. That right there is a massive sign. Massive, tremendous sign of how much time has passed. Because both Ryu and Luke's skill lines have been maxed now since this was recorded. And we're still trying to find Thrasher. I still don't know why he wasn't a playable character. All these people walking around, each one is a potential fight. And we decide to settle on the sumos. The sumos were kind of entertaining. We're already strong enough to completely dominate the sumos, but the sumos have since increased in level, but I have outpaced their leveling by so much that it wouldn't even take that combo to finish them. And they would probably be afraid of me by now as I try to combo them with a simple like punch into a shuriken because they love jumping. The sumo wrestlers love jumping. It's like their favorite thing on the planet to do, even though it's really stupid. I was considering on fighting these Rough Riders just to get more experience points, because experience points are a big part of trying to get to the later parts of World Tour. And here we're going to challenge these guys to try to find Thrasher. Thrasher being the big goal, not just to fight these people, but to earn the right to see Thrasher by, putting some target combos on and anti-airing them with Shuriken or Rising Uppercut, because usually they're always going to go to the air. That's the first thing they do is go to the air. Keep going. Let's fight Mad Gear Bull. So it's a 1v1. Let's talk to Mad Gear Alyssa. Maybe. We're trying to look for where Thrasher is. That's the Money Heap minigame. So I'm trying to make a decision, and I'm very confused. I'm pretty sure where Thrasher is. Got business with Thrasher? Yeah, he's asleep during the day, genius. Alright, we gotta come back at night. Which makes total sense, because I'm also nocturnal. We're going to be going this way, and there's the Chu-Li, the Chun-Li imposter that doesn't have half the kick of a real Chun-Li. Real Chun-Li is absolutely terrifying. A lot of people sleep on Chun-Li. I'm telling you, you don't want to do that, because that's a recipe for losing. And yes, I know the stream is lagging a little bit, but that is what we got to do. And we got to go find Thrasher. The Cyberwalkers are already probably terrified of me because they're only level 5 and 6. They're puny. They have no business fighting a level 40, and they have no chance. Although I probably am trying to learn how to select my master action so I can actually beat them up anyway. Not that they have any chance by this point. They don't. Especially since I am destined to fight the Suval Hall Arena, which they are not slated to do that. They're slated to get knocked onto the floor and pant repeatedly in red camo pants. It's still gonna be a while before I can level up my avatar. I must have been having some lag at this point. Must have been. Fighting more. I'm gonna get that Tatsu. I had a Pari. One of my first paris, probably. Or block. It was either a block or a pari. It's always hard to tell. Parrying is way easier to do in modern controls than it is classic, because if you get the muscle memory, because parry on modern is simply the heavy punch button, since there is no heavy punch in modern controls. There is also no heavy kick. You lose some things while doing it, and you gain other stuff. Now we have to fight the whole gang. Hopefully we can find Thrasher by doing this. Gotta fight the Mad Bull, Mad Gear. The Tatsu was ill-advised because they can punish that relatively hard, especially with those flying drop kicks. Well, at least we have their EX Tatsu. Like, this could have all been done a little cleaner if I got some better normals, like better weave normals. I think I uppercut because I thought Stretchy or Sketchy was gonna jump. Trying to cheese them because I know that they don't respond very well. So, yeah. I think also at this time I'm very poor because I don't have a lot of cash. I'm trying to run in there, I think, to find Thrasher, because Thrasher is a big deal. I'm trying to stay on topic only to the very specific stuff I can control, because this is a junkyard. Let's be real here. So the minerals in the ground are nothing you want. The big resource here is to fight these other gang members for fame and fortune. Getting them out of the air is going to be very important. I have done some Tears of the Kingdom, but I wanted to cover some Street Fighter 6 because I feel like I have not covered enough of the World Tour mode of Street Fighter 6. And I don't really want to pay all that money for Mortal Kombat at the moment, since I'm already not good at Street Fighter 6, and I'm just going to be carrying over the not being good at it over there. So we got to rank up. We're going to probably want to use some items. I am very low on drinks in this. In the other one, I literally have like 100 drinks. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I have like 100 of the other drinks and like 100 of the larger drinks, and I could probably buy even more, because you see that guy, the money heap game, I can get another million whatever. I don't need to, and I could probably buy a boatload of them with that, and I probably will. But yeah, I have progressed a lot in terms of items since this point. Like, a lot. Okay, we got level 44. Trying to find Thrasher. I probably... Do I manage to get out? That's the real question. Without getting kicked in the back. I think he's in another Mad Gear hideout. Never mind. We have to fight more of them. There is a danger. Obviously, that means that they're going to be dropping stuff from the ceiling. Trying to zone them with the Hadokens, because I know that they are mostly melee. And they don't seem to deal with it that well. And then, of course, I can anti-air them with the Shuriken, because that's where they go with that. And I'm going with the EX Tatsu. I try to punch him in the face. I'm going to jump over the other ones that are already down. Jumping is always a very risky proposition to Liechtenstein and is not recommended. I'm also wondering whether or not clearing all of these guys out is going to give me the coveted talking with Thrasher. Now you might ask, why have I not redone all of World Tour? Well, the main reason I have not is because I'm trying to level up and do more avatar battles and other stuff. I'm trying to explore the utmost extremes of World Tour in terms of not just completing World Tour mode, but getting to level 100, etc. And I have yet to do that. I'm at level 76 and something. Though I wish my ranked progress was anywhere near as good, because it isn't. And that's just the bitter reality of it. The building out there. All right. I only have 55,000 Zenny. Yeah, this is definitely before I started grinding Zenny from the scrap heap minigame. This is definitely pre-grinding Zenny from scrap heap minigame, because having only 55,000, I have over 1,000,000, by the way. I'm a millionaire right now in terms of Zenny. I'm a millionaire. But ranked is a far more brutal business than just being a millionaire on Zenny or blowing up everybody in this game. Ranked is way more serious. And there you go. Like and subscribe. I believe I will see you later.